Hey everybody, this is IndieGeek, and today I'm taking a look at The Few. This is a new game from Black Moon Design. It is available on Steam for PC and Mac for $8, and I will of course link in the description to the Steam page for this. It is basically like a strategy game, and I'll get into that a little bit more as soon as we start playing, but it takes place during World War II, and you basically control the Royal Air Force, which is a really cool setting actually. I haven't really seen that setting done much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into an old game. I've played about an hour jumping around games, and basically what you can do is you can pick a 10-day campaign, a 25-day, or a 50-day campaign. And your goal is kind of like in a Civilization style to sort of build up your base and make sure that you can survive the attacks, right? So we of course have kind of different buildings and things that we can build, and I'm going to get into that here. I guess I'll go over buildings first, actually. That makes the most sense. So what we've got here is our factory, and the factory allows us to I'm actually going to repair that real quick. The factory allows us to build other things, as you would expect. So, you know, with the factory we can build more factories, we can build we've got the airfields, which allow us to make a squadron of planes. I'm actually going to start the game going here. There are two basically time modes here. There's this one, which you can see in the top left. It's moving somewhat slowly, or we can fast forward, move a little faster. So yeah, other than that, the other things we can build, I've got a radar here, which as you can see tells me when we've got an enemy incoming, which you can see there. I'm actually maybe going to turn my mouse pointer on. Let me do that real quick so that I can point these things out a little bit better. There we go. So yeah, there you can see an enemy. Here I've got anti-aircraft guns. Pretty simple what those do. So here's my airfield, and basically I'm going to click this button to scramble the jets. And then we will be able to get into a little bit of the combat here, which is nice because the game kind of works in two halves here. Yeah, see, it's trying to take like a way around. Get away from me. There we go. So we intercepted. So we are going to intercept. You can choose to leave or intercept. Obviously in this case we want to fight. We can auto-resolve, and the game will decide how it goes out, but we won't gain experience. Or we can manually fight. But I do want to show off the manually fighting because not only is it better for you as a player, but it's also just a really good part of the game. So here's what's going on here. I zoomed way out so we can see everything. So they've got three kind of fighter jets. And I'm not like too certain like about what the actual models of these planes are. I know it's all in the game, but I don't pay too much attention to that. I'm more into just kind of handling the gameplay, if that makes sense. So, oh, that was, I actually don't want to do that. Okay, so I guess, yeah. You can split people off, as you can see. So the way I've got it going right now is they're grouped by their plane type. Okay, and the nice thing is we can fast forward this or pause it at any point, which is really nice because we can kind of watch and make sure things are going okay. So, as far as what's going on here, we've got like the health and the fuel of each of our planes. So let me let this play out slowly. Okay, and we don't actually have to do anything to fire on the planes. They just take care of that when they get in range. We can set targets though, which is very useful. So yeah, that was a pretty easy victory. I expected it would be, considering I had 8 planes and they only had 3. So you see there that I got some experience, and with that we will then bring our pilots back to base so that they can kind of sit and heal up, basically. So this airfield also has one squadron that I have. Let's see, I haven't made some of these. I haven't been able to make an air base yet. just because of kind of the way I prioritize things, but I'm assuming the airbase lets you have multiple squadrons at one location. And also, like, as you can imagine, this game just gets bigger and bigger as you go on. Like, this is a game that I started just so we can get over some of the kind of first day slowness, but we're only on day 2 here out of a 25-day game. But as you can imagine, like, as we move on, things are going to get bigger. We're going to have more buildings. Up here I've got my money, which is why I'm fast forwarding things right now, so that I can get some more money actually. And I want to go for an airbase if possible. I have found that from like a strategy point, these aircraft guns are really, really useful. Kind of like surrounding at least my kind of coastal airbase with them. And by the way, I placed all of these. So when you start, you're given like a totally empty map, and you're given 2 air bases and a factory. So you get to basically decide how you want to start, which is really nice. That does help out a lot. But at least at the beginning, they mostly come from down here. So I kind of try and make this my most secure point. And I will certainly continue doing that as well as we move on. Yeah, but I mean that's kind of like what's going on with the gameplay. It seems simple on the surface, and I like that it seems so simple, but in practice the game is pretty complicated actually from like a strategic standpoint, and I really love that it blends kind of this like civilization style city builder with the air combat stuff, which is also simple to do, and that's nice. I like that all of it is fairly simple to take care of. So here's what I want to do now. Let's see, let's build up some revenue. Okay, so we are going to want to scramble here because we can see our radar going off. That's kind of the importance of the radar, is that you get to know before they get there. Nope, I'm gonna back off a little bit. Yep. Oh, they had bombs though. That's not good. So they took out my radar actually, but that's okay. I'll intercept and finish taking them out. That is kind of the risk that you take, because the enemy does have bombs, and they certainly will bomb your buildings. So, all right, the bombers are pretty tough as far as enemies go. All right, but we are going to probably be able to take them out without too much trouble, I would say. Actually, I think I want to shift priorities here. Try and make it a little easier to take them out. Alright, this is when I want to play it out a little slower. Alright, so you know, there isn't like... It's not like super complicated the way this works, I would say. And I think that's like a huge strength to the game, is that it's just so simple in nature to kind of perform everything. You know, it kind of makes for like this game that is fairly strategic, and it makes it really accessible even if you don't play a lot of strategy games. And I feel like that is such a strong kind of aspect to the game, is that I feel like I can actually play a strategy game, because normally I'm not great at strategy games, but this is one that I can really get behind because it is simple to get into. I think that's kind of the maybe one of the strongest points actually, is that it's really simple to learn what's going on here, and pretty difficult to kind of master the gameplay and make sure that you're actually going to win. I can't really speak for like late game depth, because I haven't made it to late game. I've either stopped to start a new save and try some different stuff, or I've had my base basically destroyed and kind of given up. This is by far the best that I have gone so far. I definitely want to take care of getting a new radar, although that is probably not my biggest priority right now. I think what I want to do here is go like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that gives me 8, which is what I need for a full squadron. So we're going to make a squadron, so I will get to show off here. Basically, you just hire people on. It's not that difficult, and then you choose what plane they want to fly. So I'm just going to do 4 Spitfires and 4 Hurricanes. Easy enough. Fast forward some time, and they will gain training. So the biggest issue now, of course, is that we won't have... by the way, oh yeah, so it looks like we can have 3 squadrons at an airbase. So that's pretty good. Let me look at the costs here. So yeah, so you save 60,000 getting an airbase. The kicker, of course, is that it just takes longer to set up initially. Okay, that is kind of a problem. Especially because this thing is going to be good at avoiding our anti-aircraft guns. So we kind of just have to take it on. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, you are going to see a challenge here. Alright, let's try for it. I've done stuff close to this and been alright, but I'm not really expecting this to go well. Oh, especially because of the way they are formatted here. We've got a pretty strong formation. I imagine we're going to lose a lot of stuff here. I do want to mention, since I've kind of covered most of the gameplay stuff going on here, that I feel like the art is another aspect that is really strong in the game. It's, again, pretty simplistic, and it kind of looks at times almost like cartoony, but I think that actually... Oh, shoot, I was not paying enough attention, and I've lost 2 people. Yeah, you want to, like, parachute people before they die, because then you don't actually lose the people. Yeah, this is bad. Okay, let's just go back to the map. This is terrible. Oh, no. Okay, well, I guess we're getting a round of auto-resolve. Oh... Yeah, that did not go well at all. So, not only did we lose a bunch of people, but yeah, this is pretty bad. All right, well, we'll scramble the 2. I don't think you can combine groups, as far as I know. Okay, yeah, let's let some anti-aircraft kind of work on it a bit. And your ships do have fuel, so you don't want to run out of fuel. That's really bad, of course. Okay, it's now out of range, so we'll intercept. Try it again. Hopefully we can take a few of these down, and then I can finish it off with my last squadron. This will actually be a good way to end the video, because this is certainly a much more kind of like tactical battle than what we've had before. Alright, we're gonna head into this group, I think, so that I can work on taking out some of these little fighters. Alright, let's let this play out slowly. And I will have to be ready to pause when need be. Okay, I'm just like, yeah, that guy's gotta go. That guy's gotta go. That guy's gotta go. Basically, as soon as the parachute shows up, I'm sending them. Yeah, I mean, this is like definitely where it gets difficult, and I'm not sure how to make these like big fleets like some of the enemies have, and that gets a little frustrating, I guess. What do we have left? 3? Oh, there you are. All right. Yeah, I don't know if I just can't do it yet because I haven't gotten far enough, or if it's actually not possible for me to have kind of like big fleets with like 20 planes. Wow, are they going to be able to take him out? They're not. Alright, I've got like my one lone pilot here, kind of like making a suicide mission here, trying to get these guys down. And doing an okay job of it. Alright, yeah, you gotta go. Alright, they are still just like trying to dogfight this guy. Okay, they got him a little bit. That's good. Making progress. At this point, I just want to see if I can like take a few more out. Because if I can just take out even like one or two more, kind of makes the whole thing worth it, I guess. The nice thing is I didn't lose anyone here. That's actually a pretty big deal that we don't lose anyone. And then the other aspect I want to talk about, of course, is the sound design and the music, which also is all very well done. That's kind of like my thoughts about the whole thing, actually. The combat, the map strategy, the music, the sound design, all of and the art is all just really, really well done. It's all interesting. It all holds my interest very, very well. And I would say that it's much more accessible than most strategy games are. Which is, you know, another big kind of important factor about this is that, you know, it just nails like accessibility even if you're not used to strategy games. I guess I would say like the one thing I found kind of odd was that this isn't actually available on mobile as far as I can tell, because it seems like the kind of thing that would work really well on like an iPad. Yep. Alright. Well, I guess what I'll do here is we'll send our last squadron to try and intercept this guy and see if we can do it. We've got 8 planes to take down 11. Some of theirs are already like half destroyed, so we'll do this, and then that will, I think, end what I'm going to show off for today. But yeah, if you couldn't tell, my thoughts are definitely positive on the game. I am just very impressed by the quality in general, and yeah, good military puns there. And yeah, it's definitely a game that I can see myself spending quite a bit more time with. Okay, I really love that it has kind of that civilization aspect to it, but it's also not like a huge focus because it's only kind of half the game, if you will. Because this combat stuff is really good too, and I've certainly got a lot to learn before I'm any good at the combat. So it will definitely be able to hold my interest for a while. I'm not sure if there are plans for like DLC or anything to kind of add, you know, more groups to play as or anything. I wouldn't know. But I think what's here is certainly worth the value. I mean, it's only $8, which for a strategy game like this is actually a pretty decent price, I would say. Alright, this is going well. I think we definitely needed kind of those other losses. Alright, we want to pause here. Alright, and then we just want to send people down. Oops, I lost the whole squad there. That does happen sometimes. If you click on a plane by accident that's not the leader of the squad, it disconnects from the rest of the squad, which I understand why. It makes a lot of sense. But as far as I can tell, I don't know that there's a way to reconnect. Let me see. Does that reconnect? Oh yeah, cool. So that gets back information. Is there a way to combine these? No. Okay, so 4 is the max, it seems. Or you know, what it probably is because they're different types of planes. Alright, Alright, so what I want to do here is just start targeting down there. Just so that I don't have to keep kind of drawing the line to get them closer. But yeah, with all 8 of our planes left and only 4 of theirs, I think we're in there. It's really a shame that I lost so much to make it happen, but sometimes that's what it takes. Oops. There we go. Alright, so now we just kind of let this happen, I suppose. And then with the outcome of this battle, I think yeah, I think that's where we'll end off. I would definitely highly recommend this game. It's a pretty easy recommendation if you are a fan at all of strategy games. I would say that you should definitely consider purchasing this because you will not be disappointed at all. Alright. So far so good. Oops. That's not good, however. I accidentally drew a crazy line. That's certainly not going to do us any favors.
I'm on fire!
I know you are. Don't worry, I'm watching you, man.
Oh, come on.
See, you're doing alright. Alright. I'd love to be able to finish this without having to parachute anyone else, but that's not going to happen. Nope. Really not going to happen. Alright. One more. Perfect. Yeah, this actually went better than I expected. That was a crazy fleet to run into. I'm not sure if I maybe just like mismanaged stuff on my first and second day, but that seemed like a fleet that was quite a bit more difficult than maybe we should have had so early on. But, you know, I never said the game was easy. Alright. Well, there we go. So I think that is going to wrap up my thoughts on... Can we have you land there? Yes. Yeah, that's definitely going to wrap up my thoughts. Oh, cool. So here we get daily report. So this is really good timing, actually. So we get a report of what we've done. We get to see best pilots, you know, all kinds of stuff, basically. Every kind of insight into everything that you could ever want. But, yeah, I'd say with that, we've probably concluded everything that I want to show off here. So, as always, feel free to leave comments if there's anything that you would like to comment about. Subscribe to the channel to see more videos every single day. And of course, if you like the video, then please do consider clicking the like button. And don't forget that there is a link to this Steam page in the description if you'd like to check it out for yourself. But with all of that, I thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time.